God says, this message is for you. Don't think it's random, don't think it's by chance. You were guided here because heaven has been trying to get your attention. Archangel Michael is speaking urgently because the time is short, and the message cannot wait. Someone who loved you deeply, who is now in heaven, has been calling your name, trying to tell you something very important. There is something connected to your life, your home, your destiny, money that was hidden, provision that was kept aside for you, a blessing you were meant to discover. God is saying, this is not about greed, this is about survival, about your destiny, about something that was meant for you but has been delayed. God is begging you not to skip this. Every time you ignore the signs, every time you pass by messages like this, you break the bridge between heaven and earth. Don't hurt God by skipping this. Don't close your heart right now. Archangel Michael says, someone in your family who is in heaven is desperate for you to know this. You were not left empty, you were not left abandoned, you were not left without help. There is a hidden blessing, a hidden treasure, connected to your own house, your own life, your own bloodline. God says, listen carefully, your prayers for relief, your cries for help, your worries about money, about bills, about surviving, have not gone unheard. Heaven has been planning a release for you. This is why you keep seeing signs, this is why you feel restless at night, this is why certain dreams have been repeating. It's not your imagination. It is heaven shouting at you, open your eyes, open your spirit, because the blessing is close. This message is because every line carries weight. If you skip even a single word, you miss the urgency, you miss the lifeline. Don't take this lightly. Don't tell this to anyone who will laugh at it, because it's not for everyone. This is for you, and you alone. Archangel Michael says, your miracle is connected to obedience. If you listen now, if you believe now, something will unlock within days. God is saying, you thought everything was gone. You thought the money, the opportunity, the blessing was lost forever. But what was hidden was only delayed until the right moment. And that moment is now. That is why this message found you in this exact second. Don't ask, how can it be? Don't argue in your mind. Just receive. God says, your family member in heaven wants you to know they left you more than memories. They left you blessings. They left you provision. They left you open doors. They left you a spiritual inheritance that cannot be stolen. You've been under attack, under stress, under anxiety. But Archangel Michael says the enemy has no power to keep what belongs to you. The hidden money, the hidden blessing, the hidden provision is about to come to light. but only if you listen and don't dismiss this message as another passing word. God says, this is your emergency call. Don't ignore it. Don't delay. Something is already moving in the unseen. In the next hours, days, you will notice strange alignments, numbers repeating, doors opening, opportunities calling. That will be the confirmation that this message was real. That heaven really spoke. That Archangel Michael really cried out to you. God says, don't leave this unread. Don't leave it unfinished. Stay until the end, because at the end of this long message lies your release, your miracle, your proof that God has not forgotten you. God says, I see the heaviness in your heart, I see the weight you carry every single day, and I know you feel like no one truly understands what you are going through. But heaven has been watching you, every tear, every sigh, every time you look up and ask, God, when will it change? And today the answer is here. Don't think this is ordinary. Don't think this is just another word. Archangel Michael himself is standing beside you, trying to break through the noise, telling you, don't skip this, don't walk away, because this is the one you were meant to see. God says, the enemy has been trying to blind you, to make you doubt, to make you think miracles are not for you, to make you think blessings are for others but never reach your house. But that is a lie. You are chosen. That's why this message burns in your heart as you read it. That's why it feels like these words are piercing straight into your soul. Because God says, I have been chasing after you. You are the one I have set apart, you are the one I have been calling. Someone in heaven, someone whose love you can still feel, has been trying to send you signs. The ringing in your ears, the sudden chill, the dream that keeps repeating, the thought that comes to you at strange times, those were not coincidences. Those were whispers from eternity. They have been saying, look again, there is something in your house, something hidden, something that belongs to you, something that must be uncovered. God says, you think you have nothing, but you are standing on top of blessings you don't even realize. You think you are empty, but heaven sees you as overflowing. You think you have been forgotten, but your name has been written in the palm of my hand. That is why Archangel Michael is shouting now. This is your warning, your call, your chance. If you skip this, if you close your heart, if you turn away, you shut the very door that heaven is trying to open for you. God is begging you, do not delay. Do not laugh this off. Do not think you can come back to it later. This is urgent. This is now. The blessing, the hidden money, the provision, it has a time set to be revealed. Heaven is aligning it for you right now, but only if you respond, only if you open yourself, only if you say, "Yes, God, I receive this, I will not ignore this." Archangel Michael says, "You have always been stronger than you know. You have always been more loved than you realize. And you are about to see proof. Within days, you will see confirmation, something small but undeniable, a sign so clear that you will not be able to doubt again. That will be heaven's way of showing you, yes, this was for you. Yes, we sent this message. Yes, the hidden blessing is real." God says, this is not about luck. This is not about chance. This is about destiny. This is about your bloodline, your future, your calling. What was hidden must now be revealed, because you are stepping into the time of uncovering. God says, you are not reading this by accident. Every second that passes is divine timing, and I am speaking to you because your heart has been crying out in silence. You wonder why you feel restless at night, why certain dreams haunt you, why you wake up with thoughts that do not seem your own. That is because someone in heaven has been trying to reach you. They are not gone. They are closer than you think, standing beside you, whispering through the veil, pointing you toward something that you have overlooked. God says, the blessing is closer than your breath. You have walked past it before, you have doubted it, you have thought it was impossible. But heaven says, look again. Do not let your human mind dismiss what your spirit is feeling. Archangel Michael is shouting because the enemy has been trying to block your ears, to blind your eyes, to keep you distracted with pain, bills, anxiety, and disappointment. But God says, enough is enough. It is time to open your eyes to what has been hidden in plain sight. God says, you have prayed for breakthrough, and you thought the answer would come from somewhere far away. But the answer is already within reach. It is already connected to your home, to your family, to your very steps. The one in heaven is trying to tell you, you are not empty-handed. The blessing was placed where you would eventually find it. It is already yours, and no one can take it from you. God says, every delay you faced, every door that shut in your face, every rejection, it was not a curse, it was protection. Because if you had received too soon, it would have slipped away. But now, at this exact moment, heaven says you are ready. Your heart has been tested. Your faith has been stretched. Your endurance has been proven. And now the hidden provision, the hidden money, the hidden inheritance is being uncovered. Don't think small. Don't think this is just a few coins or a little help. God says, this is about more than money. This is about a shift in your destiny. This is about security, about stability, about lifting you from the place of constant survival into the place of overflow. You were not born to live in constant struggle. You were not chosen to be forgotten. You are chosen to rise, to receive, to carry forward blessings that were meant for your family line. Archangel Michael says, this is your wake-up call. Don't take this lightly. Heaven has been trying to speak, and now it has broken through. The reason this message burns in your chest is because it is alive. It is spirit. It is truth. That's why you cannot stop reading. That's why something inside of you refuses to dismiss it. Because your soul knows this is the word it has been waiting for. God says, if you keep going, if you do not abandon this, if you hold on until the very last word, you will unlock something that no man can stop. Because the obedience of listening is the key. That is how heaven measures your readiness. Do you trust me enough to stay, to believe, to receive without proof first? The one in heaven is saying, child, I left you more than memories. I left you love that became protection. I left you blessings that became hidden. I left you promises that became eternal. And now, it is time for you to uncover them. God says, don't hurt me by skipping. Don't shut the door again. Stay. Listen. Because your release is written in these words, and your miracle is closer than you think. God says, every moment you hesitate, every time you think about walking away, there is a battle happening in the unseen. Archangel Michael is fighting right now for you, because the enemy does not want you to finish reading this. The enemy knows that if you reach the end, if you take this message into your spirit, you will never be the same again. You will awaken, you will rise, you will uncover the hidden blessing, and the chains that have held your family for generations will break. God says, do not underestimate what is happening in this very moment. Heaven and earth are aligning. The reason you feel your heart racing, the reason your spirit feels the pull, is because eternity is pressing against your life. Archangel Michael says, don't let go. Don't ignore it. Don't close the page. Stay, because heaven is pouring into you with every word. Someone in heaven, someone whose face you still remember, whose voice you still hear when you are alone, has been begging God to let you see this. They love you too much to stay silent. They have watched you struggle, they have seen your tears, they have heard your thoughts when you said, I can't take this anymore. And they are crying out, please, child, don't give up. Please, open your eyes. Please, see what has been prepared for you. God says, there is money, there is blessing, there is provision that has been waiting. Not just physical money, but spiritual wealth, open doors, opportunities, connections that will change your life. It has been hidden in your house, in your path, in your name, waiting for you to be ready. You thought you were unlucky. You thought life cheated you. But God says, no. I was protecting it until your spirit matured, until your faith was ready, until your heart could handle what I was about to pour out. God says, the reason the message says, emergency, is because the window is opening now. This is your appointed time. If you miss it, the season will pass and you will wonder why nothing changed. But if you hold on to this word, if you believe, you will see the shift. Within days you will see confirmation. A sign so strong it will feel like heaven touched your shoulder. Archangel Michael says, I am not just watching. I am fighting for you. Every voice of doubt, every spirit of fear, every whisper that tells you this isn't real, I am silencing them now. Because this message is real, and it is yours. God says, do not be afraid. I have not brought you this far to leave you. I have not let you read this only to abandon you. I am preparing you for the discovery of what was hidden. Soon, you will find it. Soon, you will know. Soon, you will hold in your hands the proof that heaven has been speaking to you all along. God says, child, I love you more than you can imagine. That is why I am pleading with you now, don't skip this. Don't turn away. Stay until the end, and your life will never be the same. God says, I have seen the way you look at your life and wonder if it will always be this way. You ask in silence, will things ever get better for me? Will I ever catch a break? Will I ever see the blessing I have been waiting for? And heaven answers you right now, yes. But you must believe, you must stay, you must not run away from this moment, because this moment is holy. Archangel Michael says, this is the cry from heaven. The reason it feels so heavy is because it carries eternity inside of it. It is not just words. It is spirit. It is power. It is truth. That is why your heart beats differently as you read. That is why you can almost hear a whisper as if someone is standing over your shoulder saying, this is for you, don't ignore it. God says, I know how many times you were close to giving up. I know how many times you said, I can't take it anymore. I saw you when you cried in the dark where no one could see you. I heard every word, even when you spoke none. That's why I sent this word today, because I refuse to let you sink. I refuse to let you believe you were abandoned. Someone in heaven is speaking now, you are not forgotten. You are not left behind. You are not empty. You are not unloved. You are closer than you think to the breakthrough we begged God to give you. You must not stop reading, because the answer is woven into these words. God says, the hidden blessing is not far. It is close. It has always been close. But the enemy blinded you, made you look everywhere except the place I already positioned it. That is why I am opening your eyes. That is why I am pressing your spirit to pay attention. Because if you see what heaven is pointing at, your life will change overnight. God says, you are standing in a turning point. The same way a storm turns into calm, the same way night turns into morning, this is your shift. This is your morning. This is your release. But the obedience of believing is the key. If you let this slip, if you say, maybe later, the moment will pass. But if you say now, God, I receive it, then heaven's timing aligns, and the blessing comes forward. Archangel Michael says, the reason you are reading this right now and not yesterday or tomorrow is because the appointed time has arrived. There is no coincidence in heaven. There is only purpose. That's why you see this now. That's why your soul cannot look away. That's why you know this is not like anything else. God says, the enemy wanted you to miss it. The enemy wanted you to be distracted. The enemy wanted you to laugh it off. But you have already defeated that attack by reading this far. Every word you take in is breaking chains, cutting cords, removing barriers. You don't see it yet, but in the unseen, walls are falling. God says, don't be afraid of how. Don't be afraid of when. Don't be afraid of what people will say. Just know this, what was hidden is yours. What was prepared is yours. What was delayed is now released. You will see it. You will touch it. You will live in it.